Hello once again, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. What's up? My name is Devious. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Sleeping was difficult last night because I just wanted to play the dang game. I didn't want to log off, I'm going to be completely honest. But anyway, I have been humbled a couple of times in Eureka Orthos, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, so run up to current events. We have been to the Hanuhanu village. We did a festival thing, and now things are better. And the big two-headed person, I need to quit cussing as much, is being a bully as per normal. And the little homie Kona is also being a little homie as per normal. Haven't seen anything of the first promise. I don't even remember his name. But basically, things are going quite well. Now we're about to go to the Pelu village. They said something about rocky terrain and stumbling and having the perfect solution. So let's just get into it. Before we do, y'all know the usual drill. If you enjoy what's about to go down, like, comment, sub, etc., etc. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get story. I want more story. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the Alpaca. Saw it coming? Indeed, sir. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. Sounds about right. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Not really. Alpacas are native to Yoctoral. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Now, why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill-suits its qualities, and where it is not needed anyway? That's a fair point, actually. But must we ride these little monsters? Get the impression you're not fond of alpacas. When I was small, and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat at me. And it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Ah, I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas are bred as mounts, and alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Really doing this then. So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Belu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. That's actually fair. That's very fair. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with a third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I get the feeling he didn't really want a lot of money, per se. He just wanted to make the trade with the third promise. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. Look, Aaronville's got a point, is all I'm going to say here. Still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkopacha, then that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Oh, that's adorable.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
That is huge.
Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
I mean, yeah, that is huge. That is straight gargantuan, my guy.
So this is Alpaca. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
Oh yeah, that one's been a while.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Indeed.
Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Hello? Hey, what's up, bro? Hello?
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Excuse me, apparently it's still kind of early. What's up, dude? Good evening.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watrunpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch.
Huh.
The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
Sounds like a lovely evening either way.
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
That sounds like tequila. I think tequila is made
Yes,
from agave.
and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
It happens to the best of it. That agave spirit's still kicking you, I see.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
That's what I keep saying. Wuk Lamat seems to have the heart of the people.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Bold words, lady. You already got talked into paying for information that had no
Watrunpelo's down
price.
the path, off the main road. Don't get lost.
Oh boy.
It's right there.
It is literally right there, but also, to be fair, this is Wuk Lamat we're talking about. I can imagine stranger things. Why are there alpacas out here that we can fight? What? There's got to be something quest related. Oh, good lord. I need to empty this out. I have so much glam stuff. Alright, where's Wicklamat? There it is. Watching Bello. Home of the Bello Bello. Wicklamat should have arrived before us. Oh, there she is. Okay, she didn't get lost. Good. That's not good. Come all this way for the right of succession. Oh, this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. Unfortunate then that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Here we go. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, third promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Aaronville, when did you... We all know your game. A Shatoda from far off Shaktaral, sorry. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. I mean, he's smooth about it. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Bello people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wicklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. I gotta say, man, having Aaronville along for this is amazing. Dude has been literally everywhere. He is a font of knowledge. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelipelu. Let us all take Aaronville's word of caution to heart. Uh-huh. Yay. Not my finest moment, I'll admit. But now that you're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. How would you propose a strategy then? Kryl, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Wicklamat, you, and Aaronville might try approaching travelers and passerbys. It's a good idea. I'm glad Estinian isn't here. That's, I'm just saying, I'm very glad Estinian isn't here. I'm also very glad Tataru isn't here. She would have a fit. Luna, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. We'll go. Let's go to work. Yeah, what's cracking? A Dawn servant's elector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. I don't much care who sits on the throne, so long as they keep it all peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is joy doubled, I say. Sorry, bro. I'm on the clock. Oh, right. Yes, you were asking about that elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobli, could probably tell you more about it. Okay. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoroja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers, in the thousands column potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Homie, I don't think you understand what he means to do through expansion. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you no support of Zeralja or his policies. Okay. I really don't think you understand what it means to expand like Zeralja wants to. Though, to be fair, I also don't 100% know what Zeralja's policies are. We just kind of got hearsay. So, reserve and judgment. But I'm here with Wuklamut, so I'm going to support her. Hello, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Yeah, we're looking for an elector count. Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings might be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. Happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobli, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobli noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Okay, so Tobli is like the head dude around here. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobli was the man to talk to about this contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the Alpaca ranch is not far from here. I'd say we pay a visit before the others return. Let's do it. That's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. Can't let fear deter me. No. Not to say I'm scared, of course. I really like how they're doing Wuklamut. It's like, she's clearly got her flaws, but she's fighting really hard to push past them and to put up a good front for the people around her. Like, she's very aware that presence matters to a ruler. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobli? Tobli? Oh, yes. He likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobli often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could? Am I right? Still, if you find him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy enough, although all I have to do is offer Tobli a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobli. Let's ask some questions first and narrow down the field. Yeah, that's a good plan. Great, we can meet back here and share our impressions. Gotta respect the dude that just kind of, does his thing with the lads. Well, obviously I'm not Tobli. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobli is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Yeah, this is definitely part of it. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. Just keep your movements slow and deliberate. Okay. Tobli is apparently careful about people doing that. So, maybe? Am I Tobli? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise in our entourage. Sharp instinct. Shall we commence with the right succession then? You're not him. You think I might be Tobli? Oh, well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in the village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I'm pretty sure it's that one over there, if I had to guess. He's the only one who didn't outright say they were Tobly. See, we both done our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. That one. The worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. Yeah, don't actually take his mask off. I figured that would be rude. We know it's you, Tobly, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. Oh, they did say they wouldn't try and... They did say that the Belu wouldn't, like, shortchange you or try and scam you. So these guys are honest, theoretically. An offer I gladly accept. As you've correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobly, head ledger of Huachumpelo and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulu Jaja's chosen electors. Good. We did it. In a place featured in the Tuliolo saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobly. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bed ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
You sound way too deep voiced to be that size, but fair enough. I've known enough Lalafels.
Right. Not hard at all.
Oh. You're here too.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
You really just stared him down, didn't you?
You're Tobly.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed.
Nah, that was duress.
With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
Alright.
Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Alright. You're excited, I'm excited. Let's do it. What do you got? Come on, hit me.
You
what do you
must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Cool, let's get to work. Oh wait, Wuklamot. Crap. This might be spicier than we initially thought.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
Okay, that's concerning. That's very concerning. You look angry.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Why are you singling her out? Well, she did ask, fair enough.
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
Oh no.
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
That was a cheap shot, to be fair.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Okay, high quality then.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
Okay, so constant fresh genetic diversity. That's genius, actually.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh boy.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
It's another piece of your culture that you'll be ruling over. You need this. It's also overcoming a weakness.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see it.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
That's one way to look at it.
Are you all right, Orclamart? We thought we heard you scream.
Yeah, about that.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Same thing.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
I love how the Alpaca in the back is still rare and not ready to go. He's not happy.
Oh, we certainly did.
How are we gonna do this if we can't participate? There's gotta be like a whole process that they're not telling us quite yet. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Ugh. Hey, I saw that look. Ooh, level 91, nice. As Wuklamot helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beasts. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. This is where it gets spicy. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. Yep. Sounds about right. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes out to around 1 million or so. Maybe if we all pitch in. I have that. I mean, no, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay for the cost. I'll pay the money somehow. In that case. Huh? That basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. It's a nice gesture, but do you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. Wait. That doesn't math. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking for at 100 times more. Oh, I panicked and got confused with Elfenau's million gil. Okay, I'm glad I'm not insane there. I was worried for a second. I was like, wait, hold on. Was that a typo? I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu, I think? Yeah. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. If it's alright, if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuklamot goes alone to capture her Alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mabla. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. We need Tataro. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although Luna, I think you should go with Wuklamot. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice to share. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. Yeah, good plan. If I do such a thing, I'll leave the wool with Luna anyway. Better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. You won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. It's a good plan, actually. Why am I walking? Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle is it? And how will you be paying for it? with this basket of fine alpaca wool. He's about to be very insulted. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. Okay, so we need to escalate a lot more. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you'll got yourself a deal. That's a lot less than I thought it would be. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel and 1,000 skalam. I mean, that's not bad. That's really not bad, considering. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offers has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Maybe double the price. Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoralja will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. Okay, so you're more like the merchants I'm used to. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Yeah, I should have expected that. I wasn't paying attention to who we were talking to. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring in more customers. Debatable. And those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Belu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with the quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles and have made trade swift and easy. See, I don't see a problem with Ghana. Like, maybe we'll lose a little bit of tradition, but well, yeah, I guess that's kind of a problem for people. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yakoi ruled the village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is also very expensive. Were we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the onset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have the head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with a piece of toriola on the line. And neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring failure and frustration, so let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Hold on. We talked to someone who was really excited about that. Wait, the Weaver! The Weaver! Ooh. We did meet him right outside the village. Very convenient. Of course, the Weaver. Bolnak was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and that he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. How remarkably convenient. Look, I'm glad we found you. Aren't you interested in making a trade? I did promise you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is about? And pan up. I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Figured he'd be excited. Peace into all is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that could easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. It's very generous, Burnout. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Alright. We have escalated slightly. Actually, pretty notably. Can't believe you quintupled your investment with the first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Luna remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. That might be the point of this whole thing, actually. Building connections with people, knowing how things flow. You think so? I know so. So let's take our 500 belt poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Luna, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Andro would never let me hear the end of it. Got it. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade. Okay, that's great. That's adorable. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we start our search for prospective buyers? And there are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the end. There might be interested travelers. That's fair, actually. A good poncho or cloak is like a standard. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamulja, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck from the list. Okay. So that guy's got arms. That dude seems kind of That dude's wearing a poncho, and that guy's also armed. So what about this guy? Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, he might be a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. It's no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. Well, my coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliola and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. I'd be willing to part with it, if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. There you go. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Oh, wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any fellow merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. Oh, mate! Field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares as well. Glad I am to have met you. Sir, you just gave us something way more valuable than that. Did you hear that? We've already found another buyer. To Miplo's Mate Garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take Alpacas. You gotta get used to him soon. These ones will be the calm type, right? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I just work here. Oh, that's a wicked looking hatchet. That wasn't so bad. Nice little stroll through the countryside. We made it without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikuvlo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Dobly took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. You have to follow your own dream, homie. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wuklamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to Third Promise, and let's get to the bargaining. I understand wanting to be grateful to, I've already forgotten his name. Tiblo, I think. Tiblu, or whatever. But, seriously. You gotta live your own life, man. Still have that little axe for me? Well, compared to yours. Thanks. Let's see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. Keep thinking she's got a coin in her hand. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I'll offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. The sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miss Blue, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Fair point. Missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming. And I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuklamat. That's why I am prepared to purchase this spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair, given your reasons. But we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If If we help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the field. You can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip to scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic values of trading? You're fine. You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Luna and I will, Luna and I have mate together. I don't know, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Easy as. Let's get to work. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise that is going to be it for today. I've gone a little bit over my recording time, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. I'm really liking how low-key and chill everything is. It feels warm. The whole experience feels warm, aside from that one guy who is just an utter douche canoe. But we figured that. Anyway, that's all for today. If you guys enjoyed, drop me a like and a comment down below. I do love seeing all of them, and it gives me the warm fuzzies. If you would like to see more, drop click that subscribe button, roundhouse bell next to it, so YouTube Senpai remembers to tell the almighty algorithm channel that I exist whenever I upload. And if you would like to join me personally, there's a Discord link down below. Hop in, ask for the Chaos Crew tag, and you will be pinged when I'm up to shenanigans. Aside from that, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next round.